Alright, real talk time, guys. You know, sometimes before we get into the movie news, I like to just get the opinions of you out there. And one of the latest things in the nerd universe was LEGO releasing this Nintendo NES set that consists of over 2,000 LEGO pieces where you actually build a Nintendo NES and a little television set that you can crank and play a little Mario on. You look at this and you think, oh, I want that. I'm gonna build that. I don't even care if I like LEGOs or not. But this thing is $230. I just really need to know, guys, are y'all paying for this? I know Legos can sometimes get expensive, but like, you could buy a real one and just have that on display for like half the price. I still probably gonna get it though. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on another episode of Side Flick. My name is Chris. We've got some movie news to discuss today. Finally, stuff is going on in the movie universe. We're gonna be touching upon Wishbone getting a live action movie. Oh, some of you good PBS kids will know what that is. Uncharted, the movie based off the video game with Tom Holland, is starting to gear up into production. Some new casting on the Home Alone reboot. Yep, that's right, they're rebooting Home Alone. That and so much more, guys. So I'm gonna need your opinions down below on what you think of everything we discuss here today. What do you dig? What do you not dig? The most important part of these videos is your opinions down below, and don't be forgetting to hit that like button. And also, before we get into the movie news, guys, be on the lookout because yesterday Don Mancini, the creator of Child's Play, was hinting that he was gonna drop some news on some new Chucky content headed our way on his Instagram. He dropped this photo on Facebook with it saying Chucky made me do it, and he was like, find out what it is tomorrow. I hope it's something exciting, so be looking out for that Chucky video, possibly coming later today. Alright, the first thing we're going to dive into is something I want to know if people out there are even excited for. If you couldn't afford cable at some points in your life, you probably were watching PBS, and the show Wishbone is something you enjoyed because they dressed up a little dog like he was Robin Hood. Boy, was even Katniss Everdeen before that was a thing. Well, we have it here reported by The Hollywood Reporter that Mattel is wanting to license out Wishbone, dig him up from the doggy grave, and give him a live action movie. Now, if you've never heard of Wishbone TV series, basically it consisted of this dog going on a whole bunch of adventures. The exact plot they have here, it followed the eponymous dog as he whisked viewers into some of the most famous and cherished literary moments, including Frankenstein, Robin Hood, and Don Quixote, among others. Right now, until I read that, I thought the show was about historical events, and now I'm seeing the dog was recreating books. You learn something new every day, y'all. The movie right now with Mattel is being produced by one of the Farley brothers. He's responsible for bringing you Dumb and Dumber, one of my all-time favorite comedies, so that kind of bodes well for me. Mattel had this to say about the project: our deep library of iconic franchises continues to offer cinematic storytelling opportunities. We're thrilled to be working with Peter Farley, Roy Parker, and Universal to take the beloved dog classic into a new direction with a modern reimagination of the franchise. This is a very different character, I would think, to get a movie. I mean, one, a dog going on adventures based off famous books. Okay, yeah, that could be really cool, but we've stepped into a new era where Disney feels like they can create a whole movie with a completely CGI dog. I don't know if you guys saw that recent Harrison Ford movie, but it's kind of disappointing that studios would rather spend millions of dollars on creating a fake dog on what I would think would be just a couple $100,000 on a dog trainer with a real dog. That's what I'm mainly hoping for out of this movie, that they use an actual dog. I understand if certain moments here and there turned out to be CGI, because I'm sure there's only some limitations you could have with an actual dog with what you're wanting to do if you're creating some of these stories. Also wonder what book exactly they will be adapting. Will it just be one book? Will it be multiple books? And this isn't the only Mattel property they have in the works. They have a Barbie movie coming out, apparently with Margot Robbie. They have Daniel Kaluuya attached to a Barney movie. Let me know what you guys think about Wishbone getting a movie. Sticking on the Disney train and keeping it family friendly, if you haven't heard, Disney is working on a reboot of Home Alone. To get you up to speed to what is going on here, this is all because Disney bought Fox, and Fox was the current owner of the Home Alone franchise. Once Disney got their paws on it, they decided, we want to make a new movie and it'll be exclusively for Disney Plus. They've already announced who the new kid would be, along with two casting members that I assume are the bad guys for this movie, and even a short plot. Our new Macaulay Culkin is going to be played by Archie Yates. Jones. Really funny kid. He was in Jojo Rabbit. If you see him in that movie, you instantly fall in love with him. He's gonna be great. You also have Ellie Kemper and Rob Delaney, who were announced with Archie Yates. I'm assuming since they were all announced together, Ellie Kemper and Rob Delaney will probably be our new wet bandits or bad guys. The plot they have right now for this movie is Home Alone is about a kid named Max that stays home alone with his nana while his parents fly to Tokyo. He steals an expensive porcelain doll from his neighbors who are thieves that stole that doll, and they go to war with that kid over the doll. Pretty different scenario than our typical Home Alone, other than a kid just being literally left home alone. He's gonna be with his nana, but if the movie world teaches anything, the nana's probably gonna be either incompetent or just not pay attention at all. Some of the new members they've now added to the cast are Kenan Thompson, Ally McKee, Chris Parnell, even Pete Holmes, who once did those great Batman sketches online. This is really looking like a great cast. It seems like they have an interesting story down. I know there's going to be a lot of people hesitant because it's rebooting Home Alone, a classic in the Christmas department. And it also kind of sucks that it'll just be exclusively to Disney Plus. I would love to see something like this hit theaters. But with this added cast and everything going on with it, I really want to know from you guys, are you digging this Home Alone reboot or could you do without it? Connecting off the train from Disney, we have here talks about a Marvel property getting a third movie, specifically Deadpool 3. And I should probably rephrase that because Collider was recently doing an interview with Rob Liefeld, who is the creator of the Deadpool character, and in this interview he gave his insight on why he believes Marvel is not going to make a Deadpool 3. He responded when asked about the third film saying, you know what, there may not be another Deadpool, and I'm fine, because I have to live with the fact that I had two amazing experiences, two movies I'm extremely proud of. I love knowing everybody on those movies. I love Ryan, Josh, Zazie, David, Tim Miller, all of them. The work they did was fantabulous. Those movies are here to stand the test of time, you know, but in a world we live in, nothing is guaranteed, and it takes a lot to make movies, and post-quarantine, it's weird. And the reason I bring this up is because this isn't the first time the creator of Deadpool has been vocal about a third Deadpool movie just not happening. And it's caused a lot of people online, specific movie fans and comic book fans, to worry that Marvel might actually not be wanting to work on the Deadpool character, and in my personal opinion, I don't think that is the case at all. Take my opinion how you'd like, and while I respect Rob Liefeld for creating the Deadpool character and a lot of stuff in the 90s, he's also been a person who's very vocal about not liking the people he's worked with, whether it's bosses, co-workers, past companies, and so a lot of this stigma comes from the fact that he hasn't gotten a call from Kevin Feige or Marvel saying, hey, we're working on Deadpool, let's get you involved, man. What do you want to do? And it's because of Rob Liefeld feeling disrespected from Marvel that he's going around and saying these things. So I mainly bring this up just to say Marvel is definitely working on another Deadpool movie. Then again, I could be wrong, and Disney's willing to let go a franchise worth millions, close to billions of dollars that can be rated R. No way they're going to leave that on the table. What do you guys think? The reason the creator of Deadpool is constantly saying there won't be another movie. And speaking of someone who likes to speak their mind but is actually an awesome dude, Tom Holland is currently gearing up to star in the Uncharted movie based off the popular video games. It's kind of unremarkable that this movie is actually getting made and that it's so close to finishing because it feels like this film is cursed. The reason I say that is because if you haven't been following the behind the scenes drama of the Uncharted movie, they've lost like 7 directors over who knows what creative differences, scheduling conflicts, Sony being difficult, and it's made this movie almost impossible to get started, and right when it was about to, the pandemic hit. But just as of yesterday, Tom Holland decided to go to his Instagram and let everyone know day 1 of Uncharted has begun with a picture of his chair with the name Nate, who is the main character of the Uncharted games. Now, his co-star in this movie is going to be Mark Wahlberg. He'll be playing his mentor named Sully, who helps him on all these adventures searching for artifacts. Basically, the Uncharted games are a modern day version of Indiana Jones. Some people might not like it that I describe it that way, but it's kind of what it is. I'm really excited to see Tom Holland in this role and how he'll take up action aside from playing Spider-Man. He also got unbelievably ripped for his standards for this movie. He released this photo that every time I stare at it, I'm just like, what is stopping me from looking like that And then I remember pizza exists and it's delivered to your door. Even for people who are not excited for this Uncharted movie, as soon as he's done with this film, it's straight to making the third Spider-Man film. And that's gotta make people very excited. A last minute update to this story though, Sony out of nowhere decided to go ahead and make a statement that even though Tom Holland released a photo on his Instagram saying day one, obviously meaning that they've started making the movie, Sony was clear that they have not started, that they're still doing pre-production, and the film is not rolling, which is so weird because it's like, why is Tom Holland on set taking photos saying it's day one? The boy is known to let out some secrets when they're not supposed to be, and I'm thinking the Uncharted film wants to make the movie in the shadows so that they could avoid any bad press of, oh, they're making a movie during a pandemic, those Hollywood a-holes. But I don't know, what do you guys think is the reason Sony decided to say, no, Tom Holland's wrong, it's not day one, don't know why he did that. But that is just all the movie news that we have going on right now, guys. Let me know your opinions down below on everything we've discussed. What excites you the most? What is meh to you? Don't forget to look out for that Chucky update coming later today. It better be exciting news that Don Mancini drops, or I'm going to be very disappointed. Make sure to like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at 3C Film Review. As always, I'm Chris. Take care.